Sudbury is a pretty magic place.
I like to call it by the place name that the Anishinaabe people had called it, which is Swakopmund.
The language of these ancestors, these peoples, is a people of the land.
Either it's in reference to where the three rivers meet or where the three roads meet.
And at any time you're driving up 69 and there's just that line where it changes from, farmers' fields to all of a sudden you see a little black rock creeping out. And there's something internal that feels rooted again for me.
Sudbury has great people, and we've found a community here and lots of friends, and we feel very comfortable.
And by those 200-300 years that other cultures have come to live here, that too is becoming a part of that vocabulary, part of that culture, part of that nuance that is who we are as Northerners, as Sudburyans.
We have a great community of great people making things happen and making those connections in the community.
I've got access to some of the best coffee shops in the city within a few blocks of where I work.
It's an easy place to get out and enjoy the outdoors.
We have the creek, we have trails.
Sudbury has nice, crisp, cold winters, and I can skate all winter long outdoors. I can go skiing whenever I want.
We're really lucky that we have that sort of nature around us and that community.
If you make a place where people feel comfortable and people want to be and people want to walk and people want to cycle, people will use it.
When our family got our first bike, we all shared it. It's just something that I took to and loved and continue to love. It's a great feeling of freedom.
I can wave at people along the street.
And that's what a downtown is. It's that coming together of pretty much everybody and everything your city has to offer.
Gardening, growing your own herbs and food. I think it's so satisfying because it's something so simple that anybody can do, and there's something so grounding about first putting your hands in the earth and growing things yourself and being able to feed yourself or feed your family.
I think choosing locally grown food allows you to know where your food came from and know how it was grown.
Water is life, right? We need water. We need clean water to live.
Because water is such a life force.
Being out in the wild, I think, is just a way to simplify your life, a way to really reconnect with the earth around you and discover new things. So definitely it's played a really important role in our family life.
There's no better way to actually make art accessible than through public art.
What art kind of represents to me is a voice for the city itself or for the communities.
We'd really like the city to give more equitable consideration for transit riders and for cyclists and for walkers. Not everyone can afford a car. Not everyone is able to drive a car.
I think we have to realize that everybody has a value in society, and that everybody should be able to live and thrive where they are.
In a just society, everyone would have access to the resources they need to live day to day with a minimal amount of worry about how they're going to get their food. Everyone would have access to a reliable income.
We talk about eliminating pollution and trying to improve conditions so that our community can live in a healthy environment, so that we have healthy soil and healthy air and healthy water. We want that for everybody.
We need to think of ourselves as a community entrenched in the environment, that we need to have a more sustainable environmental practice in all realms in the city.
Our city fathers need to think about people rather than cars.
Ultimately, people want to feel that they are part of something. And once you understand what your role is, and you gain that by living, by going out there and knowing what your passions are, and you contribute that to your community, and if everyone else feels that they are contributing to their community, or they have a sense of belonging and are moving together with other people according to their values, in a way of living, then I think that is very strong.
If Sudbury is truly willing and wanting to survive into the future, we can't do it alone. We need to do it together.
And people have to also make a public cry out for these things.
Caring for one another and caring for the land. I think if people can come together on those core issues.
I'd like to see more, of course, bike lanes. I'd like to be able to safely bike around with my family. I'd like to see more green spaces, staying green.
To no longer build homes that are tied to the grid.
I'd love to see chickens. Sudbury, I want backyard chickens. I want more lemonade stands. I want more people high-fiving me when I walk down the street. I want more people to I want more opportunities for community to come together, more block parties, more like let's reclaim things and just make those connections in ways that are really organic and not intimidating. Yeah, I want to see them more in places where people feel comfortable.